Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta. My guest today, Deepika Padukone. But Deepika, you know what? In so many years of Walk the Talk, we've had many father-son combinations. We've had some mother-son combinations. We've even had a father, a mother, a son, and a daughter-in-law. No prize for guessing who the bunch is. But it's the first time that I have such a proud privilege of featuring a daughter after having featured her father. So welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm so happy because your father is somebody I've been a fan of since my days in school and college, and you are somebody the entire country is a fan of now.
Well, I think I'm always beaming and glowing when people say she's Prakash Padukone's daughter. That for me is a nicer feeling.
He also had the looks to become a film star the day he wished to. He just chose to be in badminton.
Even today, I have a lot of women who are, say, about my mom's age, who I call aunties. They're all like, "Beta, we were such big fans of your father, and he was so good looking." And then when I look at old pictures, of course, I understand why.
He still is also one of the nicest people you've met. But tell me, what was his connection between a board exam and you deciding that glamour was your life? Was it the fear of math or physics or something?
No, it was, I remember playing a big major tournament in December, Jan, just before the school sort of gives you about 3 months off. I think Jan and Feb, about 2 months that you get off to prepare for your board exams, which then start in March. So while I had those 2 months off and while I was studying and preparing for my exams, that also I also had to sit and think what next. And that's when I decided that, okay, I've played badminton, I've played national level, I've done all of this, but is this really what I want to do after I finish my 10th standard? Is this really what I want to do? That's also that age when you sort of have to decide what you want to do. Board
exam is a time when all of us at some point thought we could be doing something else. Just the fear of the board exam.
No, I remember my parents telling me that we don't expect you to come back with like 80s and 90s, just pass and we'll be happy. And I did just that. I think I got like 66% in my board exams, which I was very proud of because I think they thought I'll get something in my 50s. I was an average student, above average student.
Not above average, not just above average at many other things after that. So take us back to beginning your life in glamour, because Bangalore, joining the world of glamour is very different from moving on to Bombay. So tell us a little bit about your early days and then to Bombay.
It all started off with actually Anila Anand, who is a very very close friend of my parents, and her daughter and me were in school together. Kavya and I were in school together, and our mothers would come in the afternoons to pick us up from school, and that's when Anila auntie would tell my mother and say that, you know what, she should start modeling. And I was very young then, and my mum used to keep telling her that, listen, let her focus on her studies, don't put these thoughts in her head. But I did then get a portfolio done. Wasim Khan was my first photographer, and I was so still and so stiff in front of the camera and so shy that I remember the first portfolio that he did with me. He asked me what my favorite music was, and I remember he played me some Madhuri Dixit songs that were very popular at that time. And he played some music and made me dance, and he captured some pictures. And those pictures actually landed me a couple of print shoots that I did for a couple of brands back then.
Were you the tallest girl in your class?
Second tallest. Kavya was taller than me.
So tell me now I see you sort of flat, towering over everything around you. Is that an advantage in cinema or a disadvantage? All the Khans can't measure up to you, at least vertically.
I think it's an advantage because I think when you're doing, say, action sequences or when I have to dance, I'm personally more comfortable just being in flats the whole day. It's less strenuous and less taxing, so I'm very happy wearing
Do the men have to have heels with you?
No. We manage.
How do you manage?
Camera angles.
But has somebody told you that
and great stylists.
Arey 4-5 inch choti hoti to acha tha. Have people told you that?
No, nobody says that. Everyone just says lambi hai aur achhi lagti hai. And we sort of have to manage. But I mean, I think that's the beauty of cinema, that you can just sort of make everything look good.
And then you land up in Bombay and Om Shanti Om.
I didn't. I actually moved to Bombay only when I realized that there was enough work for me to do here. It didn't make sense for me to move to Bombay before that. So yes, it started off with modeling. I did a couple of TV commercials. Literal being my first big commercial, and that was followed up by Close Up. And these two commercials actually sort of made people sit up and recognize my work, and that's how I landed Himesh Reshamya's music video, and that's how Farah noticed me in the video, and she was casting for Om Shanti Om, and then that's how movies happen.
Yeah, and then you made that entry into cinema that is everybody's favorite entry into cinema,
The
blowing
hand.
gum.
The blowing gum was in the second half of the movie. I think the thing that people identify with me the most from my first movie is when I get out from the car and this big hand of mine, I start waving. I think that's sort of the signature Om Shanti Om move.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.